Hi everyone, it's Kathleen with Easy Breezy Creations. I know I'm a little bit late. Sorry about that. Had to take the dog out, not gonna lie. And she was being very slow today. I'm gonna give everybody just a few minutes to jump on. If not, we'll just go on about our business. Y'all know how I am. Anyway, these are the centers from the live the other day. This is what we're going to be using. I'm going to use the bigger one. Hi everybody that's joining. We're going to just take a few minutes. I've already basically got most of it done, so it shouldn't take a long time. It should be quick and simple. It's going to be an easy. It's not that I'm really teaching you anything new. I know a lot of times I come on to create something different. The only thing I'm really doing is that this time what I'm using is I'm using this mesh. Hey Bree. And normally when I use this mesh, you know, because it's all on the ends, and y'all know that when you do anything that's on the ends, you'll do more like a ruffle method, so that when you flip it, you've got all of this on the outside of your wreath. So this time I didn't want to do that. I went with more of the basic sunflower petal because I wanted to see what it would look like with the side look. More and see if it kind of gave it like a wave. And y'all know me, if I don't like it, I'm going to take it apart anyway. So when we did the live the other day, I showed y'all, you can go find it on our page, I showed y'all how to do a paint pour. Oh, thanks Bree for updating the sign. But I did the paint pour the other day, and it ended up, because this is the one I was doing with it, and it turned out more, even though I used the blue, which I like, but ended up having more of a purpley color. So I went and did another one yesterday, just you can see the difference, just to pop more of this dark blue. Normally I wouldn't care, but you know, you have to have that dark blue up against this. So that's what we're gonna do. It's just a it's a 5.5 inch center, maybe pushing towards a 6 inch, and that's how we're gonna do. So today I'm using the large Unique in the Creek board. This is found at uniqueinthecreek.com. You can get it at Michael's. You can order it online, of course, because if you're like me, it's still shut down and it's curbside only. We do have a link to that on our page if you want to do that. And I've went ahead and preloaded the boards. And what that means is that I have put my zip ties in and I've already closed them. That's all that is, okay? So I put it in, and that's what we're going to do. So we're using, like I said, the basic, I keep losing all my mesh. We're using the basic sunflower method today. Really easy, no problems. All right, so what you're going to do, you're going to lay 10 by 10 mesh. You're going to lay it out. And this one's just easy. All you're going to do is start at the far corner, scrunch across. And you always want to make sure that when you're using anything that has a patterned mesh, that you're always laying it in the exact same direction. Okay? So you always want to make sure you do that. So all I'm doing is just scrunching it. And you're just going to fold it over. Just kind of lay it over. Make sure that your petals are even. And for me, just because I like to make sure that my life is easy, especially when I'm going ahead and I'm presetting all of my petals, I use these little bitty rubber bands that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Really easy little bitty rubber bands. And I just go ahead and I wrap the end of it. So for anybody that watched Bree's live earlier when she was showing you how to make the shirts, she did go ahead and all day yesterday she did nothing but create like SVGs, which is your files that are online that you can download. So she made me one. If anybody hasn't seen it, I was playing with my spring wreath, and she made me the one that I just posted, which is the April distance brings May existence. I kind of saw that quote. She showed it to me all over Facebook, and I was like, I have to have a wreath with that. So she's uploaded that, and because April's almost over, she did go ahead and make one that says social distance brings future existence. And if you purchase either one of those, you're gonna get both of them, and they're on sale right now for 99¢. So if anybody knows that when you go and you buy an SVG, it's usually a lot more expensive. So hi for everybody that's jumping in. So all you're going to do is you're just going to load it. And the other thing that I like about putting the rubber bands on the end is that it goes ahead and it lets me basically have my point of where I'm going to stop so that everything is even. So I'm going to just keep continuing, and I'll show you again in a minute what I was using. I'm just going to go right ahead and just go all the way around and adding these zip ties in, and I'll bring it back later and tighten it. Okay? I'm just going to keep rolling it right on around. And like I said, this is just the basic sunflower. But you know, Memorial Day's coming up. 4th of July is coming up. You've got all of these. Everybody should be showing their American spirit right now with everything that's happening. So, you know, it's never too early to say that you're proud to be an American. Let's just go there. So you're just going to keep rolling. Oh, I think this is going to be pretty with all of this little roll. And don't worry if they're kind of rolling up, because when you're done, a lot of times I'll take like a book or something and I'll just lay it on it to just kind of flatten those petals out and get you that really good fold. Especially if they start really curling under. So I'm just going to keep rolling around, and then I'll show you here in a minute again how to do the sunflower. Oh, thanks, Bree. Bree put up the link for anybody that's interested. And you know, the designs that she's done, you can use it. She did it earlier with the, I don't know, I get it all confused. The one that's more for the wood and the one that's more for shirts. But you can take any of the designs, and depending on what you're actually putting it on, iron it on shirts, and you can put it on signs and all of that fun stuff. So we're just going to keep going, and around and around and around we go. It's really easy, especially if you go ahead and you just load this up early. So again, you just already have it, and it's a real simple petal to do. So you just load it up early, go ahead and do all your folds, put some rubber bands around, and you can knock this wreath out. It's like a 30-minute wreath, okay? You do not necessarily have to use a wood sealer or wood burner or heat sealer or whatever y'all want to use. I always do, just because for me personally, I like to make sure I don't have any of those frayed edges showing. Okay, again, just make sure that all of your design is going the same way. Start in the far corner, roll this up, and you're just going to scrunch to the other end all the way across, and then it makes like this little bow tie look. And you're just going to roll it on around. Make sure then that your petals are even. Get your rubber bands that I keep moving out of the way. And just wrap it. Again, you don't have to do this. You can go right ahead and put it straight into the board. I just like it, again, the main reason, because I usually go up about 1 inch. And that gives me my point, that I know that all of these are going to be even all the way around, okay? So we're just going to continue. Preloaded board, pull your zip ties. Going to keep going. And it's, like I said, it's important that you make sure your design is going all the same way. Hi, Jennifer. Because if you don't, then what's going to end up happening is not going to have this fluid motion. It's going to end up, you're going to have like some of it coming over here, and it may end up that it's at the bottom. And, you know, you may want that look, but I like a nice fluid look to mine. See how big this thing is getting? So one thing about that sunflower petal is it makes a huge flower. Now again, like I said, I'm doing this as a patriotic, but Mother's Day is coming up, guys. So you could do this using any color burlap that you want. Say you want to use, say a real pretty peach. You could do it with, you know, tones of yellow, just to make that an actual sunflower. You could do it with white. I mean, there's all types, whatever you want to do. Whatever your mother's favorite color is. Okay, we're just going to continue around. And then we'll go back in and we'll tighten all these up. Excuse the fact that I'm sure y'all are seeing paint all over me. I've been painting for basically the last 2 days, all my different signs, doing all my paint pours, getting my centers going. And unfortunately, it's everywhere. It just gets everywhere. Thanks, Jennifer. Girl, I miss you. I need this whole thing to be over so that we can just hang out again. Just hang out. And have a fun crafting day like we did before. It was so much fun. I love your family. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. Again, I'm using the zip tie gun. You don't have to, but I finally got mine working, and it was working yesterday, but doesn't mean that it's going to work today. And all this does is just tighten your zip ties for you, especially if you have hand problems, carpal tunnel, anything like that. You don't have to pull quite as hard. See, like this one's going to be complicated. Fine. See, that's the thing. Sometimes it likes me, sometimes it doesn't. Which is why I keep my handy dandy wire cutters with me too. And sometimes I think it's the zip tie. I mean, I could probably adjust the tension. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how. You want to learn how to make a rose? Oh, it is so much fun. I made one. For those of you who watch me know that I started working at a thrift store. All right, I'm over that. It's a nonprofit organization here in Gainesville, and so I took a tablecloth and made a rose out of a Dollar Tree tablecloth. And it was so cute. You know, so you basically had nothing in it. And it's water resistant, obviously, because it's tablecloth. So, but yeah. I may actually end up doing a rose, Jennifer. Probably sometime next week. I want to do one. I'm trying to get all these lives in. For those of you that know, I've been like gone. One, I'm at home. And I'm not working right now. But exciting news. We just got a house. We just bought a house. So no more apartment living. So I'm trying to get all these lives in. So that while I'm moving my craft room, y'all won't miss me. And if anybody wants to come help me move my craft room, please, 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 please come do that. So this is the outer layer. So I didn't actually do row 1 because that's where you would normally put like your leaves if you're doing a flower. And that would have really, really made it super huge. So I skipped row 1, went to row 2. Now we're going on to row 3. It's already loaded, like I said. And I've got them done. So we're just going to go ahead, the ones that I have in, load them on in here. Oh, look how pretty. And I did not drill any extra holes in this one. I mean, I could. Technically, I went in here, but I just really didn't want to. Thank you. See, you'll have to like come and hang out. We can have a craft day at my new house. And what's even more exciting about it, it already has a built-in she shed in the back. Oh, they've already started doing this like 10 by 20 like metal shed that they have out there. Already got windows and doors and everything in it. They had already started converting it and putting ceiling fans up, and he putting countertops already in. So I'm excited because eventually, whether my husband knows it or not, That's going to be my she shed. So, yay! It's going to be great. So we're just going to continue going around and around and around and around. We'll do another one just so that y'all know where I'm at. But you see how if you already have them done, you already have your folds done, you've already got everything going in here, it just really, really goes super fast, okay? So, I knew I had another one. I dropped one in the floor. So we're going to go ahead, do another fold for you, and I'll show you how you can just go ahead and put this one right in. Making sure that your design is going the same way I've been doing it. Start in the corner. Scrunch, 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 scrunch. Yes, I make noises while I do it. It's okay. And you're just going to fold it over, kind of like this. Get you real close so y'all can see it. And just scrunch the bottom. Okay, and now I'm not going to put the rubber band on it, so I can show you how you can just go right in and zip it into place. Now remember, we had where I just stuck that right between these two. See how, and you see how I didn't add the extra holes right there? I don't know if y'all can see it, how I did not add the extra holes. So just by putting this right in the middle, it covers it, no problem. I did wood burn these, yes. You do not have to, unless you're using, like if you're using a higher quality mesh, which Jennifer, I know that you do, but if you're using more of like a value mesh, I know right now we're all having to get a lot from like Joann's and Michael's. So if you're using something like a value, I would burn those in so that it doesn't fray. But yeah, you don't have to. Okay. All right, so there's where we are right now. All right. So we're just going to continue. I was sticking this right here in the middle. And you can see how it's just giving this really, really full effect. Hold on. My computer's wanting to do an update right here in the middle of the live. Like, really? No, not going to happen. Got a few more left. It's a really quick, really simple design. Nothing really major going on. Really easy. I know I've been in this habit where I've been painting the boards. I did not have to paint the board for this one. Hi, Bryant. Bryant is my son, guys. He lives in North Carolina. So, with this having to stay at home thing happening right now, it's so exciting that he actually gets to watch us, and it's great because my granddaughter lives up there. She's 3. So then, you know, if he watches it on his phone or he watches on Facebook, she can watch her Nona. Like I'm actually there with her. Because we were heading on a trip, Bree, myself, my husband, where we were all heading on a trip to go up there for Easter when everything got shut down. All right, so I went ahead and added it. This is actually the last one. Sunflower petals are so super easy that you can knock out a flower so quickly. Okay. So you had 16 on the outside row, and then you did 8 and 8. So that's 32 cuts. That's one roll of your mesh, whatever it may be, because you can actually get 36 10 by 10s out of a roll. So you're using one roll to complete this. I'm not going to put so I can show you how you can just put it right in. I'm not going to worry about my zip tie gun because it's being stupid. So just go in, make sure they're good and tight. She's watching now. Hi, Amaya. Nana loves you. So let me ask y'all a question, because I know y'all watch me make wreaths and all this other stuff. So I started watching this person earlier this week. Her name is V, and it's Paper Flowers by V. She is amazing. If anybody, she said, hey. If anybody ever wants to go check out her page, it's Paper Flowers by V. She is awesome. I mean, step-by-step instructions. I know that it's weird for me to be promoting someone else. Amazing lady. But I was wondering how many of y'all would be interested in me doing one of the paper flower, tutorials. They're really easy. You can get the cardstock just about anywhere. I got mine, you can buy it off Amazon if you want to, but Walmart carries it, Michael's carries it. Just about everybody carries it. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my center on. Go ahead and line it up. I am probably going to go ahead and go in here and add another layer for that last 4, just because I'm seeing a little bit of the board, and y'all know how I am. I don't like seeing the board, but I'll have to go get the mesh out of the other room. But this will give you a general idea. So I'm going to end up putting, this will be the center, and I am going to go ahead, because you can see just a little bit of the board, so I'm going to probably go in and add another 8 of these. That way it completely covers. But that's what it'll look like once I get done adding that 8. I'm going to hang it up. Just going to twist this real quick. Now, if anybody is interested in any of these centers, I will be having, I'm going to be selling them on our Etsy shop. They are going to, they're 6-inch centers, and they will be $7, and I can do them in any color. So I don't know if let me tilt you a little bit. That's the flower behind me that we did on that one live, and that's the crackle center. So that's like a 4-inch center, so I can do crackles. All kinds of stuff. Just let me know. Whatever you want. If anybody needs anything. If you're local, then you won't have to worry about shipping or anything like that. But I'm going to take this one down and hang this one up real quick. Just so you can see it. I didn't really tighten the center down too much, because I want to go ahead and go in and fill that in a little bit. But there you go. What do you think? Very simple. It keeps the design very pretty. And like I said, I'm just going to go in and add that one other layer in there. Does anybody have any questions on anything I did? But if anybody's interested, here is, see those flowers on the wall? Those are done by paper. So those are my paper flowers that I was talking about, and I'm thinking I may go ahead and go live just to show you how to do that. Oh, a firework SVG for that would be really, really pretty. Or even just a God Bless America. So if nobody has any questions, I'm going to probably, like I said, go ahead and do a paper tutorial then. I know it won't be a wreath, but these are things that you're not obviously going to hang outside, but they are so pretty when you cluster them together. With everything that's going on and all this stay-at-home order, decorating a child's room is something that you can actually take and drop off at a nursing home for all of the people to put on their door. Yeah, you can do wreaths, but it's just something pretty they can put on the wall. It's never going to go out. They don't have to worry about anything. And, I mean, it's paper, so it's not going to really hold a whole lot of germs. So I was thinking the with everything going on, this would be a good way to kind of pay it forward. Drop off a bouquet of flowers to some local nursing homes, and just letting them kind of spread the love that way. So if no one has any questions, I'm going to jump off here. Thank y'all for stopping in, and I will post this a little bit later after I add that other row, but I don't want to hold you up while I'm burning all of the mesh and anything, but that'll give you the actual general effect of it. So thanks guys for stopping in. I love to all of y'all, and have a very blessed day. All right, bye bye.